Hi, 719 now. You can live skinny in your fat jeans, and it can happen. And we're not talking about your favorite pair of blue jeans, not those jeans today. The DNA, I guess, is more specific. Dr. Felicia Stoler is here. She's a nutrition expert, celebrity author, very smart woman. And yeah, we're talking about different genes this morning.
Right. We're talking about your DNA, right? Don't blame your genes for why you're unhealthy.
All right.
Right.
You've got a table full of stuff here to help us.
Yeah, well, we're talking about getting in shape for spring and for summer. And it's important when you're exercising, first of all, to always warm up. Don't stretch cold muscles. That's the first thing. I always like to tell people my husband just busted his calf muscle not doing jumping rope. But the other thing, too, is to think about how we eat and how that affects our body. So eating foods that are anti-inflammatory is a good way to help. So the other thing, too, is thinking about the fats that we're eating.
Right.
So, for example, Malaysian palm fruit oil, which is found in products like the Smart Balance blends. It has a really great ratio of polyunsaturated fats to saturated fats. It's also in Nutella, and it's also in Luna bars, which is really nice. It helps to lower your cholesterol while maintaining your HDL levels, which is something that's really important that we should be thinking about.
I got to say, we have Luna bars around here, and I love those things. I wish they were this big. Yeah, they're really good. But I mean,
one of my patients said, it says it's for women. I'm like, no, anybody can eat it. You're not going to grow any female parts, right?
Yeah, so far I'm good, but those are actually really good. And then some other things people will recognize here, fish.
Right, so you know, I've got salmon and tuna packets. I like these because these are really good grab and go, and also avocado. You know, I'm sure that's a big favorite here in Texas. And nuts also help to reduce anti-inflammation as well, and they're good for you. And then the other thing that I have here is something called BioCell Collagen, which can be found either individually or it can be found like in this Jusura product here, which is a juice. And what's really nice is it has a unique blend of hyaluronic acid, chondroitin, and ooh, I forgot the other thing.
Yeah. It's good for you.
Anyway, you know what it's really good for? It's good for joints and skin. I've been using it for months on, and really it makes such a big difference with connective tissue. And so a lot of times people, you know, their joints start to hurt as they get older. But, you know, I'm all about the skin and staying youthful looking.
Well, me too, because especially down here, we've been talking about how we get cracked skin, and our skin can take a beating with the weather changes and everything.
That's right. So that's a really easy thing that you can add into your diet. And then the other thing, too, is you were talking about high pollen counts here.
Allergies.
Allergy season is high. So what are some things you can do to minimize the effects? You could wear some clear goggles, right? It does keep the pollen out. I know when I do yard work, I like to put goggles on my face to really keep it out of my eyes, wearing a mask.
And for safety reasons,
for safety reasons, but also for breathing. If you do have an issue, that's a challenge. And then something you can do both in treatment and just for overall maintenance is to use a product like this alcohol nasal wash. I wanted you to take a little whiff of this.
Yes.
And what you do is you add this. What does it smell like?
Like a little minty.
Little menthol-y.
Yeah, menthol.
So this is a concentrated solution that you add to a sterile saline solution to use in, let's say, a neti pot. It does come in the box with a little, nasal applicator that you can use, but always want to use that with a sterile saline solution, and that can help your sinuses to feel good and stay lubricated. So that doesn't stop you from exercising. No excuses not to exercise.
You talk about a spring fitness checklist, and you say one of the best ways to enjoy spring is to just know your body. I mean, it sounds simple enough, but something that really you need to think about.
Well, right. Think about, are you out of breath? If you're exercising, are you excessively out of breath? You know, you do want to make sure you get clearance from a doctor before you're exercising. And a lot of times people will try to take something like an anti-inflammatory to sort of delay pain or prevent pain. You know, exercise sometimes comes with some, discomfort. It shouldn't be terribly painful, but there is some discomfort. So paying attention to it. We don't want to mask, like with that mask, we don't want to mask any symptoms if we have an injury.
Right. Okay, well, it's good stuff to know. And if you missed any of it, this is the book right here. As we said, Living Skinny in Fat Jeans, G-E-N-E-S, those jeans. And I'm sure you can pick this up wherever books are sold.
Yes, right.
All over the place.
Barnes & Noble, and if you can't find it, you can always order it on Amazon.
Easy to remember. All right, good enough stuff. Thank you very much, Doctor.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay.